to The Daily Show. For those who don't know, The Daily Show is based in New York City, which is easily America's most famous pigeon toilets. Now, on a normal day in New York City, millions of people take the subway to work. But yesterday was far from a normal day.
The morning rush hour quickly turning to chaos when police say a gunman put on a gas mask and opened fire.
At about 8:30 a.m. Tuesday, panicked passengers on a Manhattan-bound train fled for their lives after a gunman set off a smoke bomb, then fired more than 30 rounds into the crowd. In another car, video shows riders trapped in a thick cloud of smoke, waiting for the train to pull into the station. Passengers were seen dragging each other to safety or performing first aid, while others fled to the street above.
Some good news is that none of the injuries appear to be life-threatening.
I get off the train and the first thing I smell, the smoke that hit me in the face was not normal train smoke. This is like something's burning, it's thick, it's heavy.
Okay, first of all, thank God nobody died in this attack. That's the main thing, right? It's honestly a miracle, in fact. And kudos to all the people who stepped up to help each other in a crazy moment like this, you know? Because you saw the people helping and they did like assisting each other. You know, people always say that New Yorkers are selfish and rude and won't lift a finger for other people, and that's true on a normal day. On a normal day, New Yorkers are not trying to help anybody. Like, I actually remember when I first moved to New York, I was walking one day behind an old lady and her shopping bag broke and all her fruits and vegetables rolled out, right? And then instead of helping her, everyone just like bounced around the vegetables. Like everyone was just like dance revolutioning over the vegetables. No one helped, no one. And as a South African, I was like, this is crazy, what are you doing? Everyone just carried on with their day. I was like, yo, what a bunch of assholes. So then I bent down to like pick up some of her stuff and she was like, hey, don't touch my shit, hey. I was like, okay, wow. Welcome to New York. But one thing I'll say about New York City, as someone who's been lucky enough to live here now for 7 years, is that when shit hits the fan, New Yorkers come together, man. Always, always. Because in that train station, people weren't just trampling other people, they were carrying the injured. They were performing first aid. Others were even looking for the shooter. Looking for the shooter was one of the bravest things you could do. You know, and that's one thing I'll say about this city. You know, I don't know how to explain its energy. People ask me, what is New York like? New York is the best, worst city in the world. Yeah, it is. I don't know how else to explain. It's the greatest city I've ever lived in. And look, don't get it twisted. This was a scary day for New York, you know, because compared to other big cities, New York is actually a very safe place. And a mass shooting is not a regular occurrence here. They just don't happen. You know, so when something like this happens on the subway, it affects all New Yorkers because the subway is the lifeblood of New York. You know, it connects everyone when it works. Don't take it on the weekend. Don't even try. Yeah, I mean, the subway is like one of the few places in the world where you'll find a homeless person sitting next to a Wall Street banker, you know, whose deals probably helped make that person homeless. Like, it's one of the few cities in the world where you can't ignore the fact that there are other human beings living a completely different experience to yours, but in the same place. That's what I think makes it special. You know, so the good news is, today, they arrested the suspected shooter, who apparently, they arrested the suspected shooter, who apparently drove here from Philadelphia. And, like, can I just say, do not bring your shit into New York, okay? Like, I don't care who you are, where you're from. Don't bring your shit into New York. We don't need people bringing in more problems from the outside. We've already got enough going. We don't even have a place to put our garbage, okay? We're dealing with things. We need to deal with that before we deal with mass shootings. Like, if you're thinking, oh, I'm gonna go to New York and shake things up, trust me, they're already shaken up. You're not helping, especially in the subway. Now, I don't know if you've ever been on the subway, but the subway is one place where even on a normal day, you never know what's gonna happen. Yeah, maybe you just listen to your podcast and everything is normal. Or maybe a rat masturbates on your shoe. Could be an uneventful ride. Or you could get pulled in as a fourth member of a mariachi band. You don't know.